Hello friends, I am Dr.S.P.Mahto, Department of English, Marwari College. Today I am going to take classes of English Honours Sem 6 paper DSC 3. Today we will discuss what are semantic structure or name sense relations. Words form certain kinds of relation. These are called sense relations that are paradigmatic and syntagmatic. Now, I shall discuss five such major sense relationship. First, we'll talk about hyponymy. This refers to the way language classifies its words, on the principles of inclusiveness, forming a class members of which are then called co-hyponyms. For example, the classical Greek has a superordinate term to cover various professions like shoemaker, herdsman, flute player, etc. But such a term does not exist in English. In English, the word animal is used to include all living beings in contrast to the vegetable world. Eponyms sets can also be seen in such combinations denoting male, female, baby, like dog, bitch, puppy. When such terms do not exist, they are formed female giraffe, male giraffe, baby giraffe. Thus, the meaning of male giraffe is included in the meaning of baby giraffe and female giraffe. The relationship of inclusiveness rests on the concept of reference. This gives us the idea of how a language classifies words. Words that are members of a class are called hyponyms. Now coming to antonymy. The concept of antonymy implies oppositeness of meanings where the recognition and uh, assertion of one implies the denial of the other. This is illustrated in pair of words such as big, small, wide, narrow, etc. These words can be handled in terms of the degree of quality involved. The comparative forms of the adjectives are graded, wide, wider, old, older. They are also made by adding more. There is another class which is called complementary. In this, sets of incompatible terms are used. For example, dead, alive, day, night, male, female, married, single. Thus, if someone is dead, he is not alive. If we say the girl is beautiful, here we mean she is not ugly and henceforth. Complementary implies that these are only two possibilities. This is not so with gradable antonyms. Now coming to polysemy, when a word is identified as possessing two or more meanings, it is said two or more meanings. It is said it is said to be polysemous or polysemic. These different meanings are derived from one base idea on concept. Dictionaries enter different meaning of a word. Let's take the word head for an example. It has several meanings like the upper division of the body, seat of intellect, mind, poise, the obverse of a coin, culminating point of action, etc. All these meanings derive from the same word. From this we have been coined as many as from this have been coined as many as 70 compound structures, such each in the right of a different word, such as headsman, headship, headpiece, headgear, headlamp, headline, headlong, etc. Problems arise when it becomes difficult to determine whether a word with several meanings must be called polysemic or homonymous. Now coming to synonyms, it refers to similarity or sameness of meaning. This is a handy concept for the dictionary makers who need words for one word which have greater degree of similarity. Dr. Johnson's statement is apt when he says words are seldom exactly synonymous. From the great literary scholars to the semanticists, all agree that it is almost a truism that total synonymy is an extremely rare occurrence and that there are no real synonyms, that no two words have exactly the same meanings. Words used in everyday language have strong emotional or associative significance like liberty, freedom, freedom, hide, conceal, attempt, effort, cut, slash, round, circular, have different evocative or emotive values in a particular context where freedom is used. Liberty cannot be used. It is always freedom struggle and not liberty struggle, or freedom movement rather than liberty movement. Here freedom acts as modifier whereas liberty doesn't. Their synonymy is cognitive. They denote the same thing but in connotation. They differ significantly. Denotative meaning is regarded as central meaning or core meaning. Now coming to homonymy, homonymous words are defined as sounding alike but possessing different meaning like lie, lie, buy, by, I. So here, though they are spoken and written alike, they mean different things. For example, one can notice the difference in these two sentences. Don't tell lie. Tell the truth. I have to lie down now. Normally in dictionaries, separate entries are made for homonymous words, recognizing them as separate words rather than different meanings of the same words. Homophonous words may be spelled and written identically or in different ways. When the words are spelled alike, it is homography. For the words that sounds alike but may be spelled differently, the term homophony is used. Example of the former are grave, grape, pupil, pupil. Then again you have light, light. Examples of the latter are sight, sight, that is right, right, and again right, right, that is RITE and WRIGHT. So here we see it is interesting to know that homonymous words have generally different origins while polysemic words, even when they are meaning are markedly divergent, have no source. Now coming to collocation, the sense relation between words are paradigmatic relations, that is, paradigmatic relations are synonym, antonym, hyponym would substitute for its counterpart in some slot in the structure of sentences. The meaning of a word is also determined by its syntagmatic relations, specifically by its collocation, the other words that typically accompany it in the structure of sentences and discourses. For example, the noun ban is typically modified by the adjective total or complete. It is associated with the verbs impose and lift and is followed by the preposition on. Collocation is a matter of the statistical probability or the likelihood that two words will co-occur. One of a pair may exercise a stronger attraction than the other. For example, wine is more likely to co-occur with red than red is with wine. Because red can co-occur with many nouns while wine occurs with only a small number of adjectives. Description of collocation is most reliably based on the analysis of large computer corpora of text, which can yield appropriate statistical data. Therefore, the components of a lexeme's meanings are its relations with the real world in the form of its denotations and connotation, its relations with other lexemes, the vocabulary, its relations with other lexemes uh, that typically accompany it in the structure of sentences. In collocation, words get special meaning, exceptional conditions, and exceptional boy do not really mean the same thing. So the meaning of the collocated term depends on the collocation.